Hello, friends, and welcome to another Modern League. Today we're returning to Hardened Scales, one of the old decks that have taken advantage of Urza's Saga, and this deck has gotten more than one new card. It's got several. Zabaz and Esper Sentinel also coming out of Modern Horizons 2. We're also trying out 4 Ingenious Smith from the D&D set. So we have a single land. It is not one of our best lands. So if we don't draw land, we are in a lot of trouble. If we do draw land, our hand isn't all that great anyway. I'm going to mull this. Well, this would be so much better if we didn't have a Sacred Foundry in hand. How many Sacred Foundry do we have in this deck? Like 1, right? Yeah, 1. Okay. So we're just getting lucky. Hey there, Islands. Glad that you're back. It's been a while. I think we're gonna mulligan this again. I mean, I guess we could keep it, throw a Hardened Scales, play Esper Sentinel, hope to draw out of it. But we got 2 unlucky hands in a row. Decided to keep a bad 6 instead of go down to a 5. Forest, Bird of Paradise with a Verdant Catacombs. I wonder if we're playing against Yawgmoth. We got the Ozolith. I mean, that is a card we can play. Esper Sentinel is not going to be very good versus Yawgmoth, but it is our play, so let's put it onto the table. Yeah, I know. It's the absolute worst. I probably should never have kept this in a million years. Witch's Oven. I imagine that green is to pay for the Esper Sentinel? Yep. Alright, let's draw a forest here like we always had it. Cauldron Familiar. So this is Hell's Kitchen. No. I probably don't play anything here, and the opponent assumes that we're on hammer time. Yeah, absolutely should have mulled this. Should have went down to 5, but if we had drawn a land on turn 2, we would have been fine with keeping it, right? So it was a gamble that didn't pay off. And I'd say we're pretty far behind at this point. Okay, so we do get land. Is it worthwhile to continue playing? We could play Ingenious Smith, fetch a card, or we could just play Hardened Scales Ozolith. Hmm. Alright, so we're going to scoop this one up, hide the deck that we're playing. We know the opponent is playing a version of the kitchen deck. So let's see here. Grafdigger's Cage seems pretty good against Cat. We can also bring in Relic. Torpor Orb works versus Urza and the Cat. Chalice, probably not going to be that great. Veil of Summer. They are playing blue and black, so there could be hits for that. And it would also give our permanents protection from Asmarano, Mardika, Dazetina, Kaldakar for a turn. Honestly, though, I'm looking at these 4 Prismatic Endings, and I think that's where I want to be. Yeah, you're right. Lots of cards to take out. And I don't want to be taking out too many. Zenowan, thanks for the follow, friend. We're going to take out some of these Smiths. We're bringing in Ending here, which is going to make Smith slightly worse. And if we're lucky, the opponent thinks we're on Hammer Time, which is they're probably going to bring in the same stuff anyways. So, here we go. Hey, Gazmon, welcome, welcome. Came for the Yawgmoth, stayed for the Scales. We do like a bit of Yawgmoth here. So this hand looks great. We got Hardened Scales turn 1. We have an answer to some other stuff they're doing. Yeah, this looks fantastic. Let's keep it. Well, our opponent is taking the hard mulligans this turn. They decided their 6 wasn't good enough. They went down to 5. Yeah, we're just going to play Hardened Scales here, so slam down Temple Garden. So we could play Zabaz and Relic. I like the Inkmoth Nexus. Alternatively, we could just play Hangarback Walker, and then the Hangarback can start accumulating those tokens starting next turn. Opponent's not doing too much here. 2 turns in a row, they've done nothing. That is scary. Hey, you got it, Gazmon. Don't want to attack. We're going to pump it up, so I guess we'll just pass the turn here. Oh, we're just getting started over here. Uh, Kept a really bad hand game 1, so we just moved on over to game 2, and here we are. I wanted to get some creatures onto the board to start thinning their life total, was my thought. Yeah, Chatterfang, Squirrel General. It makes a bunch of squirrels, then you can use those squirrels to pump your dorks or kill the opponent's dorks. Okay, so we miss on land, but we get Ravager, which is one of our best draws here. So is this lethal? We can give this flying and attack with it. We play the Ravager, and then we sacrifice Hangarback Walker. So that puts 6 counters onto the Ravager. Nope, 7. So Ravager has 7 counters. 4 counters go onto the Ozolith. 5 counters, I think? No, this is only on creatures. So 4 counters go onto the Ozolith. Sacrifice the Ravager, eat all the Hangarback Walker tokens, sacrifice the Ravager, put the tokens onto Zabaz, all the tokens from the Ravager go into Ozolith. So I think this should be easy lethal. Hey there, Blind. Welcome, welcome. Hey there, Connor, man. Yeah. It looks like exactly that, my friend. Thanks for stopping by. Nice. Oh, and I mean, look at that math we were like trying to count, and it's so far beyond lethal. It's impressive. Cool. So Blind, if you go into the Hammer Time Discord, Crusher Bot is there, along with several other talented Hammer Time players, and they've put together an FAQ and a guide for the deck. So if you're not a member of that Discord already, I'll see if I can send you a link later. Yeah, I should be able to get one to you later. I can't do it while I'm streaming, but send me a message to remind me, and I'll get that for you. I don't think we really want to change anything. We're already sideboarded, so let's go ahead and join again. Yeah, Connor, you're absolutely right, and thanks for helping out Blind there. The games where you have Scales turn 1 are vastly different from the games where you don't. Scales turn 1, Walking Ballista. We got Prismatic Ending with mana to use it. We'll keep this. Oh, what? Giglio, MTG, thank you for the host. Incredible. Oh, we got all kinds of cool folks in the chat today. What is this? Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield, investigate. Sacrifice X clues. Target opponent reveals the top X cards of their library. Put a non-land permanent with value X among them onto the battlefield. Huh. I think this is mostly used for its the first ability with the squirrel is going to allow you to like investigate and then make squirrels at the same time. But they can absolutely use the bottom ability here after a couple of turns. Yeah, that's not good. Hey Connor, there's no links in the chat, but if you can send Blind a Whisper, that should work. Token combo. Okay. Like, we could Prismatic Ending this, but that means that we're not putting stuff onto the board this turn. I would much rather, like, put a Walking Ballista onto the board, or better yet, put a Llanowar Reborn and a Zabaz onto the board, and then next turn play Ballista with the Reborn. We could just play the Urza Saga this turn so we can get it closer to activating as well. They don't pop off for a while, huh? So many sagas. Yes, I would like to graft. So we got a 4/4, so we could kill Chatterfang, which is probably what we want to do. We'll attack here. If they double block, we can kill their legendary creature and then put the modular tokens onto the Walking Ballista, so no way they're going to block that. So we are going to definitely be finding some, I don't know, how do you want to call it, a little bit of dead time, maybe. I'm going to be spending a bit of time during my turns to really think about what I'm doing. This deck does have some fairly complicated lines. So if you're lucky enough to be watching this on YouTube, there is an option to increase the playback speed, which I highly recommend for most Magic videos. Okay, so they got their manufacturer ready to go. Can't we just force it through with some other decks? Yeah, just brute force. Yeah, I can see that with the manufacturer, how the Leonis is doing a lot of work. If we had gotten rid of this and just left the Chatterfang, we wouldn't have nearly the problem that we're running into now. Oh, it was your first time ever on Scales, you say? So we got the Sacred Foundry, which means... do we use the Prismatic Ending to get rid of their Cryptozoologist, or do we make a fat token? Our tokens aren't even all that fat right now. Yeah, I kind of think we got to get rid of something. And I'm leaning actually towards this. I don't want to let them reveal a card off the top of my library and use it. I'm going to want Shadowspear eventually to win with these Urza sagas, but we can pick that up later. We could get a Zabaz, which would make this Zabaz quite large. Looks like we don't have a Needle. Keep the Zabaz that is not sick. Modular here. Make Zabaz large. Cage, oh yeah. Cage would stop the ability, that's true. Alright, let's start attacking with our giant insect. Get in there, Zabaz. Oh, they got a Thought Monitor now. Pretty nice anytime you get to play a Thought Monitor for a single mana. Seems pretty good. Alright, so they got another Cryptozoologist. Ballista off the top, let's go. Springleaf Drum, it's almost like that. It's basically the same card, right? I'm going to want to kill this again. We took the time to kill one of them. We should probably kill them both. Ending for 7? I mean, just for 2. Funny that they hang on the Springleaf Drum, but nothing else. Alright, crack a clue, draw a card. And they do have the food here to start gaining a little bit of life if they feel the need to. They got tons of chump blockers. Alright, let's see what we draw. That'll inform us what we want to do with the Urza Saga, but we're probably going to want to go ahead and make a token here. Yeah, make a token and then go get a spear. Yeah, go get Trample Spear, exactly. Oh, they have a thing. Oh, okay, they draw a card, sure. Get a Construct, and go get Spear. Play another Saga, because why not? Infinite Sagas. Here is a not quite lethal Zabaz. Alright, so opponent has 1 turn left. Not a fan of giving them another turn to be able to draw stuff, but it is what it is. Upheaval. Return all permanents to their owner's hands. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Nothing we can do. Yeah, let's go Ballista. One time, anytime. Ballista, let's go. Nice cube deck. Alright, so we could play the Hardened Scales, and then we're live for a Ballista off the top. Easy Zabaz? Yeah. Yeah. They have to chump every time, you're right. So he plays Zabaz there, we just start attacking for 1 every turn. Now that would get in the way. Not going to get in the way of our powered up Zabaz, though. Our Zabaz is going to be so swole. Oh, there's that Ingenious Smith. Hey there! Thank you so much for the raid, Perseus. Thank you. How did your stream go? What were you playing? Just wondering if I want to play Smith this turn. I don't think I do. I think I want to go Llanowar Reborn, play Zabaz, and then next turn play Shadowspear, equip Spear to Zabaz. Mono Red Prison with Ragavan. Oh, that's cool. I think Ragavan would do so much for Red Prison. Okay, so opponent scoops him up here. Zabaz too much for the opponent to handle. Okay, they had a whole bunch of lands in hand. Great. I mean, we saw the cards they had in hand. They picked them up with Upheaval. I know you have lands in hand, opponent. Okay, so we got a 1-land hand, but it has Hardened Scales in it, so we're going to keep it. Was definitely considering Sentinel for value. If we could... I mean, yeah, we wouldn't have gotten any value there, but it would have been pretty nice. So I think we'll just play the Hangarback Walker here. Could play Esper Sentinel Ozolith. Esper Sentinel might have been pretty good that turn. Because opponent has set themselves up for to play an Aura onto their land here. It doesn't look like they're going to do that, though. Renin 6. That would kill an Esper Sentinel. I see. Llanowar Reborn. So we could play Llanowar Reborn, then play Esper Sentinel to grow it out of the range of Renin 6. And we also get to play an Ozolith. That seems pretty good. Let's play the Ozolith first. We also probably should have attacked before this happened. Now we got a 3/3 Sentinel. 3/3 Sentinel means they got to pay 3 mana if they don't want us to draw the card. It's gone from an easy to pay tax to this is going to be drawing us a card. Maybe 1 a turn unless they can bolt it immediately. I'm going to put Lurrus over here so that I can try and remember I have it. I'm fairly good at remembering Lurrus in the Hammer Time deck, but the Hardened Scales deck is still very new to me, so I like to have the visual reminder that Lurrus is an option. 4 mana Lightning Bolt, let's go. Oh, they were thinking about it. Okay, Bloodbright Elf. Into Lightning Bolt. Okay, so we are going to be able to draw the card, and they are going to be able to kill the Esper Sentinel. Anders, thanks for the follow, friend. We draw a replacement Sentinel. Wonderful. We also get some tokens onto the Ozolith. Might consider putting the tokens onto the Esper Sentinel again. Oh, the Walking Ballista? That's a way better thing to put the tokens on. You're right. So do we even play the Esper Sentinel? I think we probably just put the tokens onto the Hangarback Walker here instead of playing a 1/1 Sentinel, which is just going to die. So we put 2 counters on it, and then we get 3 more counters on it. It goes to 5. We kill the Bloodbraid, smack the Renin 6. So we can actually play the Esper Sentinel? Okay. Okay, whatever, I can play this now, it doesn't matter. Go to combat. Ozolith onto Walking Ballista. Attack with Hangarback at Renin 6. Okay, still combat. Kill Bloodbraid. And 1 more damage to Renin 6. Why not kill one of their Arbor Elves too? Because then we lose Walking Ballista to Renin 6. If they play another one. I think we probably leave the Arbor Elves. What do we think, chat? Ozolith, Goblin Bombardment, put counters on Walker, Infinite Thopters. Infinite Thopters sounds amazing. How do we do that? Almost infinite, okay. A large amount of Thopters. You like killing both of the Arbor Elves? Though maybe, yeah, they might kill Sentinel with a new Renin 6. That would be fine. Yeah, it's tricky. I'm leaning towards leave them alive. I want to keep the Walking Ballista. Renin 6 would pick up land? Probably. Almost infinite? We could call it arbitrarily large. Yeah, they're desperate for land, and that would be one of the big reasons why I would consider killing the Arbor Elves. Another Lightning Bolt, and this is killing the Walking Ballista, so we'll kill both of their elves. If we don't kill the elf, we get a token onto the Ozolith. That's not worth it. Kill the elves. Yep. Yep, absolutely. We got a little bit punished there. If we had hit the elves, they would not have gotten Bloodbraid Elf. Or they might have. Who knows? With Windswept Heath. With that counter, we could have had a 3/3 Sentinel. Good point. Do I do viewer submissions? Not yet. I'm going to be starting that next month. If you scroll down a little bit, you could see that there's a donation set up. I'll be having that ready to go next month. But if you have some decks that you'd like to see, you can go ahead and let me know, and maybe I'll pick it up of my own volition. Who knows? Average Spike Deck Fan, thanks for the follow, friend. So we got a ton of green, we got white already. We only really need the 1 white mana, so we can probably just go get Stomping Ground. Scrum Diddy, thanks for the follow, friend. Oh, Twiddle Storm. I definitely have been doing some storming, but it's all been Shatterstorm. Luris. Now, we could have done Luris if we hadn't put down Bombardment. Luris would be pretty good with Walking Ballista. Definitely need the second white for Luris, you're right. I totally missed that. That is one of the things that happens when you're not familiar with the deck. So let's see here. We could tick up Hangarback Walker to 4, sacrifice it. We get 4 counters onto Ozolith. We can kill the Bloodbraid Elf. Then our Esper Sentinel gets in for a bunch. This is actually really bad if the opponent has Lightning Bolt as their leftover. I guess we still have enough mana to activate the Nexus. You think we just keep growing Walker? Probably. How do they beat a 6/6? Good point. It would be 4... Yeah, this would be a 6/6 anyways. They'd have to Lightning Bolt it in response, which they do currently have the mana for. Oh, it worked. And they left that mana open for a Tranquil Thicket. Okay. Well, if they have a way to answer the Esper Sentinel, the tokens go onto the Ozolith, then we can put those tokens onto Nexus. Yeah, so many lines. It's difficult to keep track of everything that's possible. Okay, opponent scoops him up that time. So we could use this. Dromoka's Command seems okay, gets rid of Blood Moon. Yeah, Scales is too difficult for me too. But we'll play it anyway. We got Torpor Orb. Hits a couple of their critters. I mean, it hits some Spyro anyway. Chalice doesn't seem too good. Relic doesn't seem very good. Pithing Needle would hit Renin 6, which is okay. So I think really what we're looking at is like Dromoka's Command and Prismatic Ending. Alright, so we're bringing in Prismatic Ending, so I want to take out at least a couple of Ingenious Smith. Esper Sentinel... I don't know that Esper Sentinel is going to be too hot in this matchup. I like the Welding Jar for sure. Maybe I just take out the Ingenious Smiths. I don't really want to pay 2 mana to have those things killed by a Renin 6. I think opponents probably going to have some pretty good sideboard options. They're in the color for it, and it's definitely in style to hate on artifact decks. Speaking of hate, I hate this hand. If we had another land, it would be good. But if they have any way to deal with a Saga, like, I don't know. I don't think we can really risk this one. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Connor. Catch you next time. Woof. This is so much worse. No lands at all. Oh, I think we're gonna have to mulligan this one too. Now this is something we can at least keep. How's our opponent's situation? Looks like they kept on 6. So we're gonna want to keep 2 lands. Keep the Hangarback and the Ballista. I think we probably, I don't know, like, Bombardment seems really good with Hangarback Walker. Alright, Hardened Scales off the top. Let's go. Not quite. Play Bombardment and it's not a zombie combo deck? I mean, Bombardment and Hangarback Walker are a combo. 2-card combo by themselves. Oh no! Big oof. Oh, I'm gonna play a 1/1. Because it's gonna make my Saga tokens bigger. But here we are without a Hardened Scales, and the deck is obviously nowhere near as impressive. With a Collector Roof on the other side, we're not going to be doing too much. Bombardment will take care of the problem. That's right. How's it going tonight, Cooper and chat? I'm doing pretty well, thanks for asking. I had an amazing night of Modern and writing a primer for Is It Tempo. Fantastic. That's what we're calling the new Is It Delver list, right? With Murktide. And thank you very much for the follow, friend. Yeah, that deck is wicked. Alright, so we're just going to pass here, make a construct, end of turn. Or if they attack with Oof, we'll make a construct. Try and block. Attack! Dreadhorde, Arcanists, or Borrower, what's better? Neither. Oh, there you have it. Yeah, we're going to take the 2 damage here. I don't want to trade one of my critters for that. Alright, so what do we get off the top? We get an Ozolith. So we can make another construct. We got a bunch of 3/3s. They go up to 4/4. We go get something. Yeah. I think this is probably still going to be just the best thing we can do is make another construct here. Kind of weird they keep the Bloodbraid Elf back. Yeah, I'm not entirely understanding that myself. It's not a very good blocker versus our construct. It doesn't seem very good. I think we could probably go get Zabaz here. Zabaz is just going to be better than Arcbound Worker, for example. Shadowspear doesn't do anything while Oof is on the board. We could get a Welding Jar and then play... No, we can't play the Ozolith because... Or, sorry, the Springleaf Drum I was thinking. But Springleaf Drum and Welding Jar don't work. Let's just get Zabaz. Alright, so we can attack for 4 if we like. That seems fine. Let's do that. If they want to block with Collector Oof, we are fine with that. Smack. Okay. Urza Saga to the rescue. If we can get another land for Ozolith, where we're going to be doing okay. Ooh, Fury's pretty good. They can kill the Hangarback Walker, the Zabaz. What are you going to choose with your Fury here, opponent? Yeah, that's a pretty solid choice there, for sure. Put those onto the Hangarback. Oh, I'll absolutely take that block. I think we probably play Ozolith and Hangarback. And we can start attacking in with the flying creatures. Yeah, super sus. I don't really understand what the opponent is doing, but if they want to keep on doing it, that's fine. Maybe Embercleave. If they have Embercleave, that's actually super scary. But if I attack in with everything... Okay, no, the Fury has double strike, so it'll kill the construct. Let's just attack with the Thopters. Yeah, I don't understand how the opponent is making their decisions, but they've probably got reasons for whatever they're doing. I always forget Lurrus. Oh, there's a Blood Moon. Good thing Goblin Bombardment doesn't care about that, but our Lurrus is not going to be cast. Another Oof, that's why they attacked. They didn't care. They had another one. Ah, damn it! Oh well. So if I kill the Oof with the 2 Thopters, this goes down to 3, and then I can grow the Hangarback, sack the Hangarback, Ozolith gets 2 counters. We do get a big construct that way, but we don't have Hardened Scales to really beef it up. Yeah, we're going to pass for now, see what they do in combat. Worst case, we can Goblin Bombardment something in response to an Embercleave, so we're not just dead. Alright, so they are attacking with everything. Math is for us. Alright, so my plan is block like this, then sacrifice the Thopters to kill the Oof. Okay, let's do this. Oops, like this. Cancel. This, target this, sack this. Oh, they're going to lightning bolt it. Yeah, nothing we can do about that. We could sacrifice it in response to hit a thing. We can't activate it because of the oof. All 3 to kill Fury is an option. Cancel, hold on. Gotta make sure I target this right. 1 here. Yeah, we gotta get rid of this. Sack all face is an option. Okay, Esper Sentinel is a card we can cast. Play Walking Ballista. Put the Ozolith counter onto the Ballista. Or we could put it onto the Esper Sentinel. Let's put it onto the Ballista. Alright, so we've only got 9 minutes left on the clock here. Seems to be the way it goes whenever I play this deck. Takes me a long time to make my decisions. Watch the clock, friends. Yeah, we'll block here. Okay, yeah, we'll just let this happen. We'll get the 2 counters onto the Ozolith. Oh no, Stomp! And they pay the mana. Don't get a draw free card. Damn. Guess, we should have sacrificed that, huh? That was a missed point on my part. That's actually a pretty big mistake, because now that's sitting here and it shouldn't be. So that's punt by yours truly. I deserve that. Thank you. Javes, thanks for the follow, friend. We're just sitting back, waiting for the opponent to decide what to do on their turn. Looks like they've got a stop on their own upkeep. Well, I really tried to, but I guess I got it this time. Excellent. Alright, so interesting that they're attacking with the Pyromancer. They probably have like another Stomp or a Bolt or something waiting in the wings. So yeah, here's a Stomp. We're going to let this happen, or we could not. We could actually not let that happen this time. If we let it happen, we get the counters onto the Ozolith. Or what I could do 1 damage to the Pyromancer, and then... Or, we sacrifice the Zabaz, that puts it up to 4, that's not going to be enough. So I think we have to just 1 damage to the Pyromancer, then use the Bombardment, sack the Ballista to kill the Pyromancer. And I'm doing this so I get the 2 counters on the Ozolith. And they don't get to keep the Stompy thing. That fizzles. Bye-bye. Paldo91, thank you for the follow, friend. Okay, so we can give our creature flying, but we don't have a lot of hit points here. Not exactly doing too well in the life department. We don't have the mana, the colors of mana to get our Luris onto the battlefield yet. Well, opponent is definitely doing what they can to equalize the clocks. Thank you, opponent. We get a Llanowar Reborn, which isn't going to help us at all. We could take 1 hit, but then we're dead to, like, Lightning Bolt. But if we block with Zabaz, then we lose... Oh, we don't exactly lose all the counters. They go into the Ozolith. So, yeah, we're going to block. Opponent hanging on their own upkeep again. So they might have started double queuing. Oh, we're talking about the old school tournaments? Yeah, that's right. No sleeves allowed. Yeah, we had... those early Magic tournaments were very different in a lot of different ways. WotC has definitely come a long way, and the DCI as well, in keeping these tournaments, you know, nice and clean, if you know what I mean. If you've ever heard of, what was his name? Mike Long, I think was his name. Then you know what I'm talking about. Here comes another Blood Moon. Alright, so it looks like we block the Bone Crusher. We would be dead right now, I think, if they had been attacking with the Bloodbraid Elves the entire time. I think you can learn a lot from looking at what Long was doing, both psychologically, but then also, like, his deck building was top-notch. Alright, unfortunate. We don't have a lot of time for this last game. Alright, so we're just taking a short break here. The next little bit is going to be, I mean, as fast as furious as we can do it. If the opponent is double queuing or taking their time, that's a different matter, but we'll be trying to do most of our thinking during the opponent's turn and trying to play out as fast as we possibly can during our own turns. Command to fight the oof? Yeah, that's a good point. We also have the prismatic endings to get rid of it. Gonna get rid of the Welding Jar, since Welding Jar doesn't work if our artifacts don't work. Alright, let's go. Maybe Ingenious Smith would be a pretty good idea here because of that. Oh well, too late. Got Hardened Scales turn 1, keep it. Alright friends, I'm not going to be ignoring you per se, but I'm not going to be paying too much attention to chat here, as I'm going to try and get this game finished before we run out of time. So we're just going to hit F6 through the opponent's turn. What do they got? Utopia Sprawl to start. Okay. We got Hangarback Walker. We could play Esper Sentinel and Ozolith. No, that's bad against Ren and 6. Let's play Hangarback. Ooh, Ozolith plus Ending. Thank you. That would have been a good one. That would have been a really good one. There's the oof. Okay, we do not currently have the colored mana to get rid of that. So I'm thinking probably just... we could ending one of these things again. Attack for 2. Could play the Esper Sentinel. We have the second ending to get rid of the Collector Oof. I'm going to get rid of one of these sprawls. Should be hitting F6 here. Sure, coming for 2 damage, no problem. Okay, do we get some more colored mana? We do. Okay, good. Colored mana means we can get rid of Collector Oof. I think we wanted to go ahead and do that immediately before they have a chance to put down a Blood Moon. Oh, there's a Fury. Wow, they just slam Fury. Seems good. Another Scales, sure. Play Scales, play Hangarback. Pass back. Yeah, Fury is super good. Okay, they get another Sprawl, helping their mana a little bit. Alright, do you have a Lightning Bolt as one of your last cards? Nope. Wow, no attacks. Like that. Pass back. We get to put 3 counters onto the Hangarback Walker every time we tap it. Yeah, no attack doesn't make any sense to me. And now they attack. Lightning Bolt the... Why wouldn't you Lightning Bolt in response? Now I'm going to get 6 counters on my Ozolith, and I get 6 Hangarback counters because you didn't Lightning Bolt when I was going to put my counters onto the thing in the first place. Why did you want to lose your Bloodbraid Elf opponent? Maybe they got, like, Anger of the Gods, so it doesn't matter? Okay, so they kill the Ozolith. That is a thing. They're stomping one of my untapped Thopters. Make a mana. They're tapped out. So we could make the Nexus a blocker, but I don't think we need to. Absolutely block. Okay, what do we draw for turn? We get another Scales. Scales isn't helping us out too much, but making a Saga token seems pretty good. We don't really... we could make a Lurrus, but I don't think that's really where we want to be. I think we just want to make a Saga token. And then we can still leave the Nexus back as a blocker if we really want to. Puts them to 6. Could put them to 5. And then we have a bunch of blockers still. Play Lurrus, play Walker. That seems pretty good too. Seems pretty good. Nice. Whew. Cleaned it up. Oh, wow. This hand is so close. This hand is so close. Oh, the basic planes. So, like, the hand is not very good because we can't play Scales. Yeah, the mana is a lot more difficult than when we were playing Hammer Time. Hammer Time is basically a one-color deck. This deck is using, like, 3 colors. Green is super important, and then we also want to have access to white and red. I'm going to keep this one and hope that we draw green mana. We've got Urza Saga, which is super good. And if we just happen to draw green land off the top, then this hand is wicked. Ship it! I'm probably going to get punished. Just draw forest. There you go. Ooh, speaking of going to get punished. There's grief, so no way to hide the deck that we're on. Yep. I'm just a glutton for punishment. It's fine. The deck is going to give us the land we need off the top. It's fine. Deck loves me. Cooper, haven't you been paying attention? Decks hate you. Yeah, well, I just got to keep on telling myself that my deck loves me and maybe it'll give me what I want. It's happened before. Sometimes I get exactly what I want right off the top. Let's go. Forest off the top. Green source. Any green source. Ha ha! Always had it. Opponent's like, you never had it. I saw your hand. Lurrus on top. Yeah, exactly. Gotta cope. Gotta cope. Okay. Interesting. Overgrown Tomb. How many colors do they have? All the colors of the rainbow. So I'm thinking actually, like, do we just go Hardened Scales Arcbound Worker here? And then try and get a Walking Ballista down later? Like, we're in a ton of trouble regardless, just because of the type of deck the opponent is playing. They're going to be able to play one card, which is going to wipe our board. But if we can get certain things going, then we're actually resilient to board wipes. So it looks like we're not getting our board wiped this turn. Yeah, it eats our value, for sure. Okay, so they're a little bit mana screwed here. We're going to make a construct, I think. Probably just keep the Walking Ballista in hand so we don't lose it to their living end stuff. Yeah, get an Arcbound down, we can just throw everything into the graveyard, no problem. Well, good grief, there goes our Walking Ballista. We do and we don't, right? Because we sack Walking Ballista, it goes to the graveyard, it comes back after Living End resolves, it does 0/0, and then goes back to the graveyard. Let's see what we draw. So we get a Zabaz. We can play that with 1 mana, so let's go ahead and make another construct. Probably just go get a spear. Actual factual Brushland, that's right. Alright, so I'm sure they have it at this point. They've got 3 lands. One of their last cards in hand is almost certainly the card that kills us. But if it isn't, they're dead. Ooh, good point. Ozolith would have been really good. As is, with their life total being 3, all we need is a Walking Ballista at any time. Because we have the 2 scales, we only need 2 mana for Ballista, and we'll have 4. Okay, so here's the Cascade. Nothing we can do here. We lose our board. Alright, so their griefs don't see anything, but we have 1 shot. Walking Ballista off the top. Alright, deck. Do you love me? Yes, it does. Thanks, King. I definitely don't, but nobody gets what they deserve. If there was any justice in the world, it would have been a green source. No, we needed the green source on our first draw. See, deck was just giving us exactly what we needed the entire time. It was friggin' ridiculous. Alright, so Grafdigger's Cage, Relic, Chalice. Seems like that's everything we could ever need. Veil? Okay, yeah, absolutely. That does counter their counter spells. How's that MTGO premium? Feels nice. Yeah, we could Veil Grief, which could be good on turn. I mean, like, we want to put these things out on turn 1 anyway. And we're not going to be able to Veil of Summer their grief on the first turn anyway. Bombardment's actually kind of interesting. It would allow us to sack our entire board. Welding Jar is no good. I like the Ingenious Smith when we're bringing in a ton of artifacts. Explosive Pop-Tart, thanks for the follow, friend. I'm going to take out the Esper Sentinels. Yeah, the workers are pretty medium. I'd say they're probably the worst card that's left. Yup. That's a keep. Maybe the Ingenious Smith will draw us towards one of our sideboard cards. Maybe deck will just be super generous and give us the sideboard card right off the top. Right now. Sideboard card immediately off the top, please. Ah. I mean, like, I saw Hardened Scales and I was like, immediately keep. Maybe I wasn't supposed to. Because maybe we're just supposed to be looking for hate cards. Yeah, maybe it was a little bit greedy to keep 7 without any hate. I mean, it's a great hand in any matchup besides this one. Yeah, we're going to play Ingenious Smith here, see if we can find Chalice. Oh, we got a reader. Nope, that's a miss. I guess we'll grab Hangarback Walker. We already have a pair of Zabaz. Yeah, I think you're probably right on that, Babar. Like I said, I saw the Hardened Scales, and I immediately thought Snap Keep because this hand looks amazing in any other matchup. But, yeah, it probably would have been better to mulligan that and try and find a hate card. Well, I would say the one of the first steps would be to find out what's going on. Being able to understand what your opponent is doing is going to be very helpful in Modern. And in Magic in general. So Hangarback Walker is going to be one of our cooler cards for this in the sense that it's going to be able to leave a couple of 1/1s behind. Unless, of course, the opponent has an Ingot Chewer to destroy it first. So we're just going to hit 6 here. Oh, that's cool. Our Ingenious Smith grows because of the Thopters, but we're about to lose the Smith, I think. Pretty sure we're about to see a Cascade happen. Yes, indeed. So they're going to be able to get all the cards out of their graveyard here, which is going to look real bad for us. I think we can scoop this one up. Alright, let's try one more time. I mean, I felt pretty dead. I didn't do the counting. Opponent had a whole bunch of creatures on the other side. I had nothing. Play out your stuff plus Nexus. We could have maybe tried for it. You could be right. But, did we have Ozolith? I don't think Torpor Orb is going to be very good. I mean, it does hit Grief, but it comes down on turn 2, and by that time they've already played Grief. Which is the same reason I don't really like Veil of Summer, although on the play, Veil of Summer is definitely better. Alright, let's see what we can put together. You think Welding Jar should come back on the play? I don't know, I just don't really see us wanting to regenerate a creature. Orb hits everything that destroys our artifacts. Good point. Okay. I did that really quick so that we could get it submitted. It is any artifact, you're right. Too late. We got the Chalice, we got a 1 land, but it has a green source with Hardened Scales. We'll keep. Opponent keeps 7 as well. Looks like they're F6'd, so let's throw that Chalice down. Save Chalice. Well, it's a sticky wicket, right? Because if we keep it in our hand, they can take it with Grief. If we put it onto the battlefield, they can take it with Ingot Chewer or whatever the green one is. So it's not safe anywhere. See, yeah, like if we had kept it in our hand, it's gone now. Taking the 1 card that I can play. Smart. Alright, what do you give me? Thoughtseize Glitch. I see how it is. Oh, unfortunate they had the answer either way. Is what it is. Let's see if we can draw another one. I think we probably start with Hangarback. It's going to be the better card with Ozolith. It's going to allow us to pump it up turn after turn. And if we can get this up high enough, then Ozolith is going to let the Walking Ballista from hand be lethal. They have more artifact removal than hand attack? Okay. So that is a good reason to keep it in hand. Just because they would have gotten it this time either way doesn't mean they would have had Grief every time. It's one of the difficult things about Magic is it's very easy to be results oriented, and it's very difficult to realize that just because something worked or didn't work in this instance, that's not the way that it's going to be forever. Wow. Too soon. Too soon. We're still going to keep playing, but the Foundation Breaker trigger here is absolutely backbreaking. They take a Walking Ballista, they take our Hardened Scales. Oh, they certainly are. It's actually my intention to be playing the Living End deck very soon. So we'll be seeing this from the other side. Ravager. Have we seen like a single Ravager? I guess, yeah, there was one in match 1. Okay. So yeah, we Walking Ballista. We got a 1. This turns it up to 3. Great. Living End is pretty good. Alright, we're going to attack with one Thopter. We'll use one Thopter to block their Riverwinder. Walking Ballista blocks either of these two creatures. Or we could kill their Grief if we need to. This is why you don't like Hardened Scales without Opal. Yeah, we're a little bit slow. Yeah, this attack makes a lot of sense. Block here. We don't have red mana to destroy Zabaz. That's unfortunate. Oh well, we'll see what we get off the top. Deck has treated us well in the past. Let's see how it does for us this time. If we're even given an opportunity, opponent still has 3 cards in hand. They could still just be doing things here. What if they got like another Grief to hardcast? Okay, hardcast Curator of Mysteries. Well, I mean, that is a play. And we don't whiff, but it's not looking good, friends. I think we're just about ready to pack this one up. I think you have the right of it there, friend. I think it's garbage time. Send it back. Let us draw a card, see what we get. Haha, Torpor Orb, right on time. Alright, let's scoop this one up. Throne of Geth. Sacrifice an artifact. Proliferate. This goes up to 4, goes up to 5, goes up to 6. Ooh, I think those might be fighting words. I don't think that Yawgmoth and Garbage have too much in common. Okay. So yeah, we play the Zabaz. We block to survive. Can we even block to survive at this point? Well, let's see. So we block this. And then we take 7? Okay. I don't think we can make it without the Hardened Scales. If we still had Hardened Scales, we might have actually been able to get there. Ooh, okay. Scoop them up. We got a lot of land. We got Zabaz and nothing else. I think we mulligan this. We can keep this one. It's not great, but it's keepable. I think it is better, but I don't think it's strictly better. Feel like the deck could use a third Sentinel. I think we could probably take the Sentinels and the Ingenious Smiths out. But if you wanted to put another Sentinel, absolutely you could. You could take out an Arcbound Worker, or you could take out Goblin Bombardment. Would be the two cards that I would look to first. Speaking of Esper Sentinel, I think that's what we're going to play. Seems pretty good versus Seachrome Coast, but I could be wrong. Seachrome Coast is actually probably Spirits. So we're probably not doing too well against that with the Esper Sentinel. So let's see. We want to get white mana. What else do we want to get? Green mana, obviously. Temple Garden. Yeah, I think that next time I play Hardened Scales, it's not going to have Ingenious Smith in it, but I definitely am happy to have tried it. Ooh, Pinthead Prism. So we're playing against another combo deck. I would guess this is Ad Naus. Sentinel's doing some work, but we got to win this really quick, because opponent is going to win this really quick too. Oh, do we want to play Ingenious Smith here? We could play Ingenious Smith, or we could play... Oh, so many choices on how to play this. Prismatic Ending is generally better. Portable Hole, we cannot search it up with Urza Saga. So that's like a big point on the con column. Kind of thinking Ravager could be pretty good. Also, Ravager with a lot of things to back it up is not too hot. We gotta win quick. That's true too. Ingenious Smith is going to be growing every turn. And we can get something sweet out of it, perhaps. Let's see what we can find. Top 4. And we get Walking Ballista or Hangarback Walker. Walking Ballista is pretty good with Ozolith and Arcbound Ravager. Let's take that. Alright, we've used 2.5 minutes off our clock. Our opponents used 1 minute off of theirs. But I don't think that this is going to be a match where we're going to be going to time at all. Angel's Grace. Oh my god, they just won on turn 3. Ruh-roh. Tunable answer to Ad Naus from Saga? I don't think there is. We could play Chalice on 1. That would stop Angel's Grace and Spoils. I mean, they are Jesus. Got him down to minus 32, and quick, too. Yeah, that's true. The Chalice on 1 shuts off just about all of our deck. The question is, can they win through a Chalice on 1? Yeah, they could, right? They would just return the Chalice. Chalice on 2? Yeah, that hits fewer things, and it means they can't play their win con. The question is, can we ever put this down on 2 before they win? We don't have a lot of options, though, so let's try it. Oh, the Torpor Orb stops the Oracle. Nice one, thank you. Yeah, just dump the Smith. Get it out of here. Why am I even playing that card? Yeah, we got a couple of Smiths still in the deck to find the orb. I mean, this doesn't have any of our hate cards. It does have Dramoku's Command to get rid of the their enchantment, but we can't play it with the cards we have. And we don't have Hardened Scales. Get those endings in? Yeah, good point. We could have put the endings in to hit some of their stuff, you're right. Alright, so we need 2 lands. Keep the Ravager. Get rid of the Smith. Keep one of the Hangarbacks. Well, we had a pretty strong start, but we've had a tough last 2 matches here. Stomping Ground, definitely not one of our better lands. Thoughtseize, get out of here. Oh, decent. 100 viewers. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. Get rid of the Hangarback. Makes sense. One of these things doesn't look like the other. Right on time, Hardened Scales. Right on time. Good point. Imagine if Smith was Ancient Stirrings. Ancient Stirrings hits lands. Way better. Digs 1 card deeper, costs less mana. But we cannot play it off of Aluris. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is, if we get land off the top, we have lethal. I think. I could be wrong, but I think this is lethal if we get land off the top. Sacrifice Ravager to Ravager. So Ravager goes up to 4, then goes up to 7. No, that's not lethal. We missed by 1. This goes to 2, and then it goes to 4, and it gets 3 more to 7, and then it puts 8 onto Nexus, so that's 9. So yeah, we're off by 1. Bans Field of the Dead, Prince Urza Saga. I mean, Saga only sticks around for 3 turns. Imagine if Field of the Dead had a timer on it. It would still be good. I thought it was lethal, but I don't think it is anymore. I think we're off by 1. Well, that definitely puts a big damper on my plan. Even if I did have lethal, and my math could absolutely be wrong, they're getting rid of Hardened Scales means that we don't have it. Oh, what a draw! Okay. Hardened Scales. Let's go. Oh, Angel's Grace says we're dead. No, we cannot replay Saga with Luris. I'm pretty sure Luris says you may cast 1 permanent with mana value 2 or less, and since Urza's Saga is a land, lands cannot be cast. GG, opponent. Well played. Cut Smith's throw in Cranioplating, and then while we're at it, we'll throw in some Colossus Hammers, Sigarda's Aid, let's go. Siko Yave, thanks for the follow, friend. Do we want to keep this? The hand doesn't look very good. I'm going to mull. This hand looks way better. Oh yeah, you just finished Hammer and Paper? Nice. It is definitely one of my favorite decks. Oh, that's interesting. Could play another critter. Could play the Ravager instead of the Ozolith here. Ozolith is good if they have any kind of removal. Ravager is good most of the damn time. And if they had removal, they were going to do it anyway, and they don't. Smash in. You think the Oz is probably better? Uh-oh. Unmarked Grave? They're setting up for next turn. We're gonna have a bad time next turn. Whew. That does so much stuff. Hey, Inkmoth Nexus. I like putting things on Inkmoth Nexus. I really want to be able to play Inky, Ozolith, and Walking Ballista. We just don't have the mana, because I want to be able to activate the Inkmoth Nexus when we sacrifice a thing to be able to put counters onto the Nexus. Yeah, there's the Persist. So what do we lose here? I think if we lose the Ravager, the Zabaz puts an extra counter onto the Nexus. Can't lose the Rav. We could just lose the Zabaz and put the counter onto the Ravager, but then why didn't we play the Ballista? From the crypt, hello, hello, welcome, welcome. You made it in time for match 5. Playing against graveyard decks. Stop. Stop doing things, no! Oh, that's a card. So let's see, we sacrifice this to itself, 2 counters go into the Ozolith. We put a counter onto the Inkmoth Nexus, so this goes up to 3, and then we get 3 more counters onto it, so it goes up to 6, which is enough to kill their Archon, and we don't have to sacrifice it to their stupid ability. How was the weekend? It was quite nice. Managed to see my parents in Chester. First time I seen them in about 2 years. So that was just phenomenal. Had a very nice lunch. And should be seeing them again next week. How about yourself, friend? Sure. I have no creatures, have no cards in hand. We'll take the extra 3 and the 5, so that's 8 damage from this thing. Really quick clock. Another unmarked grave. For Ashen Rider, destroys exiles, target permanent, which is going to get rid of Inkmoth Nexus. Oh no! Oh, that's a shame. I'm sorry to hear that happened. So let's see here. Grafdigger's Cage, Relic. Torpor Orb seems fine. Esper Sentinel seems pretty good in this matchup. Ingenious Smith finds us their cards that we're looking for. So we're going to have to take out some of our Hardened Scale type cards. You think the Veil of Summer is good? Stop their thought seizes? Alright, what do we got? Yeah, we keep this. This hand's great. It's got all the things. They can't do their thing turn 1, right? So we can safely play Esper Sentinel turn 1, and then turn 2 we can play Hardened Scales and Grafdigger's Cage. We have 2 good cards here, so even if they have a turn 1 Thoughtseize, we have to draw a card, and then we still get one of our hate cards. Is Lurrus really important to this deck? I would say so. Let's just put down 2 of our hate cards this turn, then next turn we can play Hardened Scales Zabaz. What is the best card in Modern and why is it Lurrus? I mean, have you seen Lurrus? Look at that cute little kitty. The graveyard is an extremely valuable resource. So this one and save targets. And now we can just hit F6. Thoughtseize, and they probably play the mana. They're going to be able to take our Hardened Scales if they want. I would say Scales is going to be the get there. I'm fine with that. We got 2 pieces of artifact, or sorry, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, feeling fairly safe. Yeah, Rest in Peace would kind of mess with what we're doing. They leave us the Hardened Scales. Opponent is so generous. Yeah, Sanctifier is way better than Auriok Champion for a couple of reasons. As you say, it affects the graveyard, so it has that silver bullet quality to it. Ooh, Skyclave Apparition is going to take care of one of our graveyard answers. No, they're going to get rid of Zabaz. Instead, okay. Unfortunately, we can't do anything about that. We can just start making constructs. Seems fine to me. First one starts out as a 4/4, could be a 5/5 if we like. Attack me! Come at me! I am here! So let's see, we've got green-white, so we're going to want red mana. Probably red-white so we can play the Lurrus, so let's get Sacred Foundry. Spirits win. That's a good idea. I should play Spirits again. Oh, that was free. You're going to Field of Ruin our Urza Saga, or what? Culling Ritual. I see. Well then. That is troublesome. They played us like a fiddle, chat. Culling Ritual. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. Add mana for each permanent destroyed this way. Five manas. What do they got with 5 manas? Liliana of the Veil. Wow! Yikes is right. I'm keeping the Zabaz. I want a card that I can play. Oh no, they have that too? They just had everything. Okay, GG. What can you do, you know? Try so hard, and in the end, it doesn't even matter. Wow. I mean, you just gotta really appreciate what the opponent put together there. That was really nice. Good job, opponent. Okay, well, unfortunate. That puts us at 2-3 for the league. Say come say. I think that I can definitely say personally, not a fan of Ingenious Smith. I am glad that we tried it. Don't think I'm going to try it in Hammer Time. I do love Esper Sentinel in Hammer Time, but I wasn't even that impressed with Esper Sentinel in this deck, to be honest. I think I would like to take out all 6 of those cards, all the Ingenious Smith, all the Esper Sentinel, and trade them for something else. It means that we wouldn't be able to play the Prismatic Ending, but I think that we could play other cards and do fine.